And actually, there's one beat on the whole record that I made in 2002, and that really raps on it.
The one with that posse cut?
The posse cut, so yeah.
That's from 2002.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So that, and it has the newest beat on the album probably, and like a 20-something-year-old beat on it. So yeah.
Let's take a trip inside of my thoughts.
What'd you make that on? MPC 2000?
Yeah, probably did make that on MPC.
That's cool.
Yo, the smoke choked and the thoughts went gorgeous. Strain rearranged the brain and brain the endorphins.
So I actually started working on, I think it was even called Vivid Visions back in about 2012, and the people I knew around then were really the Wrecking Crew guys, and I reached out to Def C, I think, and just things didn't quite come together, or maybe some of the beats I sent them end up on other projects. But I always had that idea of wanting to do a producer album and get, I suppose, as many of the people I really enjoyed listening to. Like Vivid Visions is kind of like my personal celebration of the scene and what's been going on in the last few years. It's all the people who I think are dope on the record.
Working with the Expert, his beats beg you to say something, make a statement. I think when I'm working on my own instrumentals, it feels lower stakes. I made it. It's usually just a loop. You know, I'm like, all right, let me do my thing. Let me just do whatever comes. But with the Expert, they're big, cinematics an overused word, but you know, cinematic. And so it just felt weightier. And so I thought that was the approach I needed to take.
I think someone recommended, I saw a recommendation around NAHreally, and I put it on one day at home, and I was listening to it and I was just laughing at every single song. And my missus walked in the room and said, "Who are you listening to?" And I was like, "This guy called NAHreally, it's so funny." And then that song about Putin being 5'6" came on, and I just said to her, I gotta contact this guy. So I just sent him a message on, I think it was Twitter, and he just went back and forth a little bit or whatever, and then I said I'm working on an album called Vivid Visions, and I have this concept, and I sent him the beat, and honestly, within 2 hours, he sent me back the fully recorded song, and I was like, I couldn't believe that I actually had a finished song within 2 hours of actually sending the beat. So that was kind of the start of us working together, and while that song didn't end up on BLIP, it's ended up on my next record, it was the start of us deciding to work together.
Abnormal. I'm not normally that fast, but it's just on, shout out to remote work.
Yeah, so that song is called 40 Winks, and it's on my new record, Vivid Visions.
Begins to burn, and yo, the roof is on fire. My paralyzed body perspires, jaw stuck shut through the wire. My muffed up from the mire.
And we've got 21, 22 MCs on there, and Nas was the first track I recorded for it, and he was the guy I would go through the whole process, asking questions and help, because it was quite a minefield to deal with that amount of people and kind of ensure everyone stayed on track for what I wanted the album to be like.
So I was kind of just listening to it as a fan and a friend to just say, oh, well, normally I'm like, yeah, sounds good. Unless there's a specific question. I'm just like, hell yeah, this is dope. I like it, that.
No, there was more insight than that.
A little bit. Well, no, yeah, exactly. Specific questions I'll answer, but normally I'm just like, yeah, this is a great track.
Yeah. It was just really great to have someone who kind of understands production and kind of lyrically how to even, I think some of the time, most of the going back and forth might have been how to pitch it to artists. So like, let's say one or two artists that I mightn't have known and I approached them, I would have said, how would you pitch this idea? Because I needed it all to be in this world and this kind of overarching theme, which it does have. It's loose enough and gives space for rappers to kind of choose how to tackle that topic, but I still had a theme and I needed people to row in behind that. Def C is like a major part of the record. He gave me like 3 tracks, and so I would have kind of maybe given a couple of them to people to kind of hear and see what we're doing as well, because I really felt that they both embodied the kind of the vision for the record and the style and the theme, so it was easier for people to then maybe understand and get a hold of it.
When thinking of the theme of Vivid Visions, sometimes Key would be like, how can I, because look, getting a rapper to do something is really hard. And how do you give them enough leeway to write the verse they want to do while still hopefully keeping something within the same universe? I think on the record, the theme is very clear, like from some of the clips that are there and some of the other audio, and then some like keystone or like cornerstone verses. But overall, it's pretty loose, right? Like it's a loose theme. It's like an overarching idea that is it should be kind of easy to get to. And so it was kind of just like helping think through that sort of thing. Yeah.
So Vivid Visions my idea was that it was definitely going to be my most psychedelic record yet, and it was basically, the pitch was it's a psychedelic trip through the mind, and that can be kind of about dreams, illusions, can be about how you see things in the world, and people definitely like took that topic in lots of different ways and angles.
Feel like, all right, these are locked in for LP2. They only exist as a voice memo or like a shitty scratch recording or something like that. So they're not official. They're not official yet. So it'd be good to really get going. Yeah, so this is the beginning of that.
Yeah. I think all 3 songs so far all have like kind of a clever little idea or switch that we kind of haven't maybe done before, so it's definitely, we're trying to stretch ourselves still in this one for sure.
When we finished BLIP, I was like, this is the best shit I ever did, you know? And that was, and you said that was my goal though. But maybe like about yourself or not, you said that was my goal, for you to feel that way.
Yeah.
For NAHreally to feel like this is the best thing he ever put out. I felt that way. I hope to feel that again, right? That would be cool thing. And you know, just trying to chase after self-improvement, right? This isn't, this micro niche of indie hip hop, it's not making me rich, right? So I want to, you know, keep pushing forward as much as I can, because that's what we're doing it for. To push it forward and make stuff that people are gonna, you know, have a double take at, and just be like, oh, I don't think I've really heard something like that before.
But behold, I drift, catch a whiff of oncoming respite. I reach out with open arms.